So what it would entail is that what you're taught in the masjid is wrong. Because are you taught that there's more than one prophet at the time of Muhammad? Who's the bigger prophet? The prophet that gets his revelation directly from Allah, or the prophet that gets it from the angel Gabriel? So that means that Abdullah ibn Zayd is acting as prophet to Muhammad.
Oh.
Mansour, would you like to do a debate?
Not interested. Get away.
Fair enough. Run away. Run away.
Why don't you run away?
You can't defend. You can't defend your religion.
You can entice me into
No,
debate.
you
I'm not
can't
interested.
defend your religion.
I'm not interested.
Because you're a coward
Who
knows that you're intellectually beaten, and I'll take no crap from a rock kisser.
You know what?
I won't
It's
take
so
any crap
nice.
from a rock kisser. Go on. Debate.
It's interesting how.
Why
you
is there
cannot-
more than one
Christianity-
prophet in Islam?
Christianity.
Why is there more than one prophet at the time of Muhammad?
I will.
Go on, answer that question,
Any
Mansour.
question you ask,
Why
I will talk about it.
are you running away from that question?
I don't want to speak to a toxic.
Why are
individual
you
like yourself.
afraid?
I'm not afraid.
Mansour, your superiority complex doesn't rule
You're a
here
toxic
anymore.
individual.
Yeah, no
A
one thinks you're the
toxic individual
caliph.
like yourself.
Why are
You
you
need to be
frightened
really
of answering the
de-radicalised.
question
You're radicalised
that there was
and you're
more than
radicalising
one
people.
prophet
Police needs to
at
keep
the time
eye
of
on you.
Muhammad
Because you are
inside of the Ummah
grooming people
as testified to
people.
by Islamic sources?
I would really.
Why can't you defend that? Why can't you defend that against that accusation? You're running away.
Some terrorists.
You're running away.
See you later.
Who is it who actually had dinner with people who were convicted terrorists? Who is it who went and had dinner with convicted terrorists? So there you go. As you can see, the Dawah team are beaten in this park. They can't defend their religion against Christians who know how to debate them. Let me ask you this question, JC. When was the last time you remember seeing a Shahada video come out of the corner? Does anyone remember? I haven't seen one in ages. And the Dawagandists run all the time. Here's an interesting fact, that the Islamic sources show that Muhammad wasn't the only prophet at the time of Muhammad revealing Islam. There you go. Think on that for a second, and let's see if we can find a Muslim who's willing to defend their religion.
Yeah. Was the last prophet? That's the claim.
Yeah.
More than one prophet.
There was more than one prophet at the time of Muhammad. But they're all running.
Say you're lying,
You're saying that I'm lying.
I say I'm lying. I'm lying. No,
So let me ask you a question. See, they're always good to shoot off at the mouth, but when you challenge them, they run.
They run.
And they run because they know they can't answer the question.
Right.
The Islamic sources show that there was more than one prophet at the time of Muhammad.
Wow, I don't believe that.
Muhammad was not the only one revealing Islam according to Islamic sources.
More than one prophet.
How are you? Are you a Muslim by any chance?
Observer, yeah.
A Muslim observer.
I'm observing, I'm not in debate mode, but I'm inquisitive.
Fair enough.
Hear why,
Okay,
why
so-
you believe in Jesus.
So I'd be happy to answer that. Do question for question if you like, where you ask a question, I ask a question, and so on and so forth.
If I'm not, obviously, I'm not.
There's no debate. I'm not just a normal conversation.
If I'm not confident to respond, it's not that, I won't respond.
Don't worry, we're not childish here. I'm not childish here. That's Mansour. So here's the claim, is that within Islam, within Islamic sources, is clear evidence that Muhammad was not the only one receiving revelation from Allah, which would mean that he wasn't the only prophet involved in revealing Islam. Now, how does that line up with what you've been taught in the mosque?
I've not read too much about that to give a confidence.
Okay. Do you know the story of the Adhan?
Sorry, Adhan, could you remind me?
Do you know what the Adhan is?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So the Adhan, according to hadith sources, was revealed in a dream.
Okay.
Right? To two Muslims. Muhammad, I think, I'm going to get his name wrong, I think it's Muhammad Abdullah Zaid, Abdullah Zaid, and then Umar both received a dream where someone dressed in green came and gave them the form of the Adhan. And then they told Muhammad, and Muhammad said, yes, we're going to do that. Right? Are you aware of that story?
Vaguely.
Would you like me to give you the hadith sources and read the hadith?
What's your overall point, just so we can understand?
Right, my overall point is this. If they received a dream that gives the Adhan,
Yeah.
then they've received revelation from Allah, because according to Islamic teaching, any true dream is from Allah. And this was a true dream confirmed by Muhammad. And that true dream confirmed by Muhammad influenced Sharia. It influenced the practice of Adhan, because it was revealed when Muhammad was going to give the bells. Right, he was going to use bells. Right, so does that ring any bells to you?
Bringing bells, I think that does ring bells.
Yeah, lots of hadiths of that in it. So my point to you is this. If they received a true dream from Allah that then is confirmed and accepted as part of the Sharia, then that means that they have acted in a prophetic way, haven't they? They've received a revelation from Allah, and Muhammad has confirmed it by saying, yes, this is what we're going to do.
In an indirect way, but I believe, according to what you said, I've not read it, so I'm going off based on what you said.
Yeah.
Whether I don't even know if it's true or not, but like Muhammad, peace be upon him, would certify it. But,
Yeah. Muhammad certified it. That's
what
true.
would this entail? So I'm just trying to understand what this would entail. So would this entail Islam faults? Would this entail undermining the Prophet's message? I'm just trying to understand that.
Right. So what it would entail is that what you're taught in the masjid is wrong. Because are you taught that there's more than one prophet at the time of Muhammad? Are you taught that more than one prophet brings Islam? No. So if I can demonstrate to you that there is more than one prophet acting at the time of Muhammad bringing revelation of Islam.
It's a bit semantics, I don't know.
Well, let's look at it. What makes...
Also, I can't look at that deep, but
Wait. What's your name? What's your name?
It's Fez.
Fez.
Yeah.
You tell me, what makes Muhammad... Why is Muhammad a prophet?
Because God chose him to be.
Because God chose him to be.
Yeah.
But God chooses us all to exist. God chooses us in many different ways. But that doesn't mean that we're all prophets. So it's not that God chooses you that makes you a prophet. It's something else.
I think existence and God formally saying you are a prophet are two different. Like, because we believe, Jesus is a prophet. Sorry, I'm not here to debate you. Like,
Yeah.
But we believe Jesus is a prophet. So like, we believe Jesus is a prophet because God decided to be.
Yeah.
Abraham because God decided to be. It's like that's our main,
Yeah.
the way we find out someone is a
Let me put this to you, that the reason why Muhammad is a prophet in Islam is because he brings the revelation of Islam.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
Right. So if someone else receives revelation from Allah, and then Muhammad confirms that is revelation from Allah, doesn't that also make them a prophet?
But the fact that Muhammad had to confirm it signifies his authority and prophethood.
Well, Muhammad's own prophethood was confirmed, wasn't it?
But the fact that
By his wife Khadija and her uncle, the Christian guy.
No, but the fact that Muhammad had to agree with it, to formalize it, signifies that his authority in making these decisions. That person wouldn't have been able, obviously, make those statements irrespective of him. He'd have to get the confirmation from Muhammad, if that makes sense. So I'm just trying to see a contradiction. I don't see one yet.
So, firstly, if you're saying that Muhammad had to confirm it and that shows his authority, then what authority did Khadija have and her uncle? What authority did they have to confirm that Muhammad was receiving revelation from Allah?
I don't believe that actually formally.
They do.
As far as I recall, sorry.
So Muhammad, when he was first attacked in the cave, he goes to his wife and he says, "Hide me," and he thinks he's being possessed by a jinn, and it is his wife Khadija and her uncle that convince him that no, he's not being possessed, that this angel is from God.
Okay.
Right. Now, they had no authority to do that, did they?
But that's the difference between like a formalization,
Yeah.
from my understanding.
So my point is, in other words, for Muhammad to be declared a prophet, the people that declared him a prophet, that you believe they were right, because your Islam is based upon their assumption, it's based upon their teaching. Because if they had turned around to Muhammad and said, yeah, actually you're possessed by a demon, let's go and see a priest for exorcism.
I get what you're trying to say, but I think the impetus was the angel more so than Khadija, because Khadija and the uncle, they weren't really the mark of prophet. The fact that he was in the cave, and according to our narrative, saw the angel, that was the stamp of approval.
Right. So what you've done there, great. So what you've done there is you've said that it is the revelation. You can film, yeah. Okay, what you've done there is you've said that because Muhammad receives revelation from the angel, he's a prophet.
The contact.
Right.
The contact.
Exactly. Okay, so the contact. Yes. So the authority of Allah is better than an angel, isn't it?
It would be.
Right. So dreams that are true come from Allah according to Islam. Right? And I can demonstrate to you, like, let me.
I don't know, because
right.
are subjective. If I
No. This is. I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you. Bear with us.
Yeah.
Bear with me 1 second. Right. So, for example, there's examples in the Quran where dreams come from Allah and are part of the revelation. So, in Surah As-Safat. I'm going to give you an example.
Go ahead.
So, in Surah 37, Ayah 102, you can pull out your Quran. It says, in a dream, Abraham receives an instruction, and the instruction is, he said, "Oh my son, I have seen in a dream that I am sacrificing you. So tell me what you think." So Abraham receives a dream in which he's going to sacrifice his son, and then he goes on to try and carry that out before Allah stops him.
Cool,
right?
Sorry,
that's Abraham. Right? Here's another example. In Surah 12, Ayah 4, Yusuf, who's a prophet, receives the ability to interpret dreams, showing that those dreams were communicating messages from Allah. So Yusuf said, "Oh my father, I saw in a dream 11 stars, the sun, the moon, and I saw them prostrating to me." So in other words, he's saying that this dream has communicated a truth to him. He's interpreting them, right? So because of this, Muslims, there's another example in Surah 12, verse 6, but because of this, and also the hadith in Sahih al-Bukhari, book 91, hadith 47, come and debate, you coward. Come and debate, you coward. I'll debate you in a second and you will run. I will come and find you and I'll debate you, or join the debate right now. All right, I'll carry on. So in hadith, book 9, I'll come and find you, bro. In book 91, hadith 47, Muhammad said, "The most truthful of you in speech are the truest in dreams." Yes, a good dream is from Allah, and a bad dream is from shaitan. So Muhammad has said in a Sahih hadith that a good dream is from Allah. Right. Now, the people that gave the adhan that Muhammad confirmed, they had received the adhan in a dream. And Muhammad confirmed that their dream was from Allah, which means that they had acted like a prophet.
Sorry, I'm trying to be intellectually honest.
Yeah.
I don't see this as a debate, argument.
No, that's fine.
This is a conversation.
Yeah, it is absolutely a conversation.
In terms of, also thanks for being cool. I've seen your videos, you're not more like hostile. You're cool, so like I appreciate that. And like, so I'm trying to understand the main point. Yeah, so the prophets received dreams.
Yep.
I get that.
Correct.
A person receives a dream, and you're saying essentially all good dreams are from Allah, all bad dreams are from shaitan. Good dreams could be subjective. The good dream is just a bit open-ended.
Right, 1 second, but this isn't just like you're asking God a question and then he gives you a good dream which you interpret as a yes. That's not what's going on here. This is something that becomes intrinsic to Sharia. The adhan is something that is obligatory in the madhabs, right? So these people are bringing a revelation that becomes Islam. Right, that's the job of a prophet, agreed?
bring revelation.
To bring Islam. Muhammad brought Islam, that's why he's a prophet.
To spread God's message, yeah.
Right, but here's these two people and they're bringing something that becomes Islam to Muhammad. And Muhammad says, yes. So in other words, they've acted as a prophet to Muhammad. And their authority is higher than Muhammad's because Muhammad is getting his revelation from an angel, but they're getting their revelation directly from Allah.
Okay.
Now, who's the bigger prophet? The prophet that gets his revelation directly from Allah, or the prophet that gets it from the angel Gabriel? Which is a bigger prophet?
According to your context, outside of the context, God, but within, if you could contextualize it,
Yeah.
look at everything, obviously Muhammad. Obviously, it's like, yeah, if you,
Right.
within that context, then,
Yeah. Let me
you
just
can make it go to narrative.
let me just read the hadith, right? It's in Sunan Abu Dawud,
Yeah.
book 2, hadith 498.
Yeah.
And you can also find it in Sunan Ibn Majah, volume 1, book 3, hadith 706.
Yeah.
Right? This is what it reads. I'll read it in full,
Yeah.
and then we'll talk about it.
I get it. It's just that with hadiths, Quran scriptures, like you can read it, but it's like you have to do your homework with exegesis. Because obviously, within context, you can make any point. So obviously, like you have to. So if I brought up a Bible scripture,
Yeah.
without exegesis,
Yeah.
it'd look crazy.
Yeah.
But you'd have
Muslims
to
often do in this corner do
yeah,
exactly that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's just read it and see what it says, right? When the messenger of Allah was about to order the use of a bell to call people to prayer, a man carrying a bell appeared to me in a dream. This because it's narrated by Abdullah ibn Zayd, right? I said, "O servant of Allah, will you sell the bell?" He asked, "What will you do with it?" I replied, "We will call people to prayer with it." He said, "Shall I not guide you to something better than that?" So this is Abdullah ibn Zayd saying to Muhammad, "Will I not guide you to something better?" Yeah? I'm going to guide you to something better than what you were going to do. Because Muhammad was going to use the bell, and Abdullah ibn Zayd goes, "Let me guide you to something better." It goes on, right? And then it says, "Shall I not guide you to something better than that?" I replied, "Certainly." He said, "Say Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar." It goes on to give the Adhan. I'll not read the whole Adhan. When morning came, I went to the Messenger of Allah and informed him of what I had seen. He said, "This is a true dream, inshallah. Get Bilal and teach him what you saw so that he can do a call to prayer, for he has a louder voice than you." So I went to Bilal and taught him, and he called the Adhan. So in other words, Muhammad is going to use the bell, right? That's what Muhammad was going to do. Abdullah ibn Zayd in his dream was going to use the bell because Muhammad was going to do it. And then the angel says, that the one who appears in green to him says, "Shall I guide you to something better?" So in other words, at this moment, he's taking the role of Muhammad. Then when he wakes up, he goes to Muhammad, who's going to use the bell as a call to prayer, and then says, "Hey, I've had this dream, let's do the Adhan." And Muhammad goes, "Yes, this is a true dream." So that means that Abdullah ibn Zayd is acting as prophet to Muhammad.
Giving someone an alternative doesn't mean you're acting as their leader.
Can I say something? Like,
Would you like to join the conversation?
can I make one point?
Yeah, come in.
Would
Come in.
it be a concept like my train of thought is,
Yeah.
could God not have that happen? Would it be a contradiction? Because obviously, Muhammad's people
Yep.
didn't reject it.
Yep.
He saw it as predestination.
Yeah, it was confirmed by Muhammad.
Yeah, so, no,
Yeah.
but like, it logically, so I'm just trying to understand, like,
So you're
a
absolutely,
message
yeah,
came,
yeah.
and like, Muhammad didn't reject it, but peace wasn't rejected.
He accepted it.
What if God Allah decided for things to happen that way?
Right. No, I totally agree with you. God can and does decide.
That's happened with prophets. That's happened with all
Yeah,
prophets. Things
I agree with
happen
you.
and, like,
That's exactly.
it goes.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened according to the Islamic text. God wanted it that way. But the point is, if Abdullah ibn Zayd is bringing revelation to Muhammad from Allah, that then becomes in Islam, that then becomes Islam. Abdullah ibn Zayd is acting as prophet to Muhammad. And let me correct you because you're wrong, right? You're wrong entirely. Because Muhammad himself said that those that speak the truth, or those that are best in speech are those that speak the truth, and those that speak the truth are those that dream in truth, because a true dream comes from Allah. So when Muhammad confirms the dream of Abdullah bin Zayd, Muhammad is saying it's come from Allah.
Okay, so what you're saying is you're stretching it to this by saying if someone gets a dream, which is a true dream,
yes,
that is quote unquote revelation.
That's what Muhammad said.
He never said it's revelation.
I'll show you. Right, hold on.
Also, I'll tell you what. A very simple
I'll come back
can
to
kill
you.
this whole argument.
I'll come back to you. Yeah,
a guy gave an alternative to something. That does not mean he's taking the leader's place.
Right.
Very simple.
Right. So allow me to explain why you're wrong.
Okay.
Right? Because Islam is the revelation of Allah, is it not?
Islam is a religion.
Is it a revelation of Allah?
Islam is a religion.
So yes, it's the revelation of Allah.
The word Islam is a religion.
Being obtuse doesn't help your argument. It just makes you look silly.
Islam is a religion.
So no, right? Are we just going to interrupt one another and shout over one another? No, I'm correcting you. No, I'm going to make a point. If you just talk over me, I'm not going to stop talking. Right? No, I'm going to carry on. So according to your prophet, this is what he says. Sahih al-Bukhari, book 91, hadith 47. The most truthful of you in speech are the truest in dreams. A good dream, which is ruya saliha, is from Allah. Is from Allah. Is from Allah. If it's from Allah and it becomes part of Islam, it is an ayah, it is a revelation. And that means that Ibn Zayd Abdullah is bringing revelation to Muhammad.
Okay. But how does that fit in with your earlier argument?
What's the prophet?
That does not
I don't think you even know my argument.
Let's not talk over each other.
You don't like it. So shall we have a respectful dialogue?
We already established that when I let you take your time.
Right.
So don't go there.
Go on.
Right? So.